right, this is Lynn with Lynns Hangouts, and we're here tonight at Halftime Bar and Grill in Strikes, Rockland, hanging out with one of our favorite bands, the Mach 5. And actually, we're done. This is after the gig, which is very rare for me to get it.
It was a rough 15-minute gig.
It was very intense. That's awesome. And tonight I'm chatting briefly with the lead guitarist Dave Chapman to get his perspective on that one infamous question. So thanks, Dave, for hanging out with us tonight.
Hey, always a pleasure.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Well, so the question is, do you have an interesting or funny gig story that you can share with your fans?
This is neither interesting nor funny.
Okay, well, let's do it.
I'm pretty bland.
Okay, right? Okay.
No, this actually predates before I even joined Mach 5.
Oh,
this is like 4 years ago.
Okay.
The Mach 5, pre-Dave Chapman in the band, they had Ric Ivanisevich from Oleander was their guitar player.
Okay.
And that was the whole concept of the band. They brought in a bunch of established local musicians, you know, Terry T-Bone Baum, and Steve and Doug and Brian, you know, had all been in bands previously that had a modicum of success here in the Sacramento area.
Right.
You know, Rick's obviously, you know, with Oleander, he's national.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'd filled in for, they played a gig with my other band, Riff Raff. We played a co-headlining gig.
Oh, nice.
And Brian had asked me, hey man, sometimes Rick is busy, so would you mind learning some of the songs and maybe being able to set in?
Yeah.
And so I had rehearsed with the Mach 5 like once.
Oh, okay.
And after, you know, that rehearsal and then the gig I was supposed to play didn't really fall through. Rick was able to play it, so I didn't hear from him again for another like 3 or 4 months. And then I'm in the Bay Area playing with another band that I play in the Bay Area, an AC/DC tribute band, and I left all my gear in Oakland where they rehearsed because
are you serious?
I rehearsed Thursday night and had another rehearsal Sunday.
Yeah.
So my wife and I, we were out doing something on a Saturday in September, like 2011.
Okay.
And I get this frantic call from Brian Machado, the guitar player in the Mach 5, and he says, Dave, we need you to come out and play. It's Folsom Live. We got thousands of people out here. We're playing Folsom Hotel, and Rick is sick. He's throwing up. He's on it, and Rick's a professional.
Yeah.
Obviously, if Rick says he can't play, that means he can't play.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I've got no gear. All my gear's in Oakland.
Good job.
And he's going, dude, we've got you set up. You know, we've got an amp for you. We've got pedals. We've got effects. Everything you need. And I'm going, you know, in my, you know, the little angel and devil on their shoulders tell me, tell him no, tell him no. But of course, my, you know, my Mighty Mouse, here I am to save the day. I'm like, of course I'll be there. Yeah,
Oh,
so stupid. And so I tell my wife, you know, I'm going to play, you know, with the Mach 5. You know, I had no idea what's going on. So I drive down there at 8 o'clock. We're supposed to go on at 9:30. I live in Elk Grove, so it takes a half hour to get there. And of course, the place is packed.
Oh,
it's Folsom Live.
Yeah, right.
So, you know, there's no place to park. So I find a place to park. They let me, you know, through the back. I get in. I got like my backup guitar and nothing else. I got no cables. I got no effects. I got nothing. And I show up. Rick's already gone because obviously he's not feeling well.
Right.
And he left his amp there for me to use. And he's got, you know, a classic JCM 800 Marshall.
Oh, nice.
But it's very dry. It doesn't have a lot of gain. It doesn't, you know, and I'm a metal guy. I like gain.
Yeah.
And so it's very punchy. And so I asked Brian, well, where are the effects? Because I don't even have a tuner at this point. And so he hands me this like bundle of effects, and it's like a bass octaver and a compressor and like this Hello Kitty, you know, distortion, and none of them have batteries, so they're completely non-functional.
Oh, jeez.
And so I'm like, are you kidding me? That's what I got? Well, how long do we have to play? Well, we go on at 9:30 and we're supposed to play to 1. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, no.
So, Steve Marshall, right here. I'm telling about my first gig with you guys at Folsom Hotel. Yeah, exactly. It was dreadful. Yeah. So it was bad. It was bad. So now I'm just basically plugged in my guitar into Rick's amp. Okay, what are we gonna? We did a lot of AC/DC that night. We did a lot of. We winged it because I'm looking at the set list, and if you know Brian Machado, he kind of does the set list for the Mach 5, and he puts like 28 songs per set. There's no way, unless we were playing for 8 hours, that we'd be able to do every song that's on there. So we're looking at every song, going, I can't do it. I don't know it. I don't know it. I don't. How do you guys do this one? And Doug Richwine, obviously the lead singer from Mach 5, he's a musician's musician. he plays guitar, he plays keyboards. He's got to tell. So he's kind of coaching me. We do this one in G, and then yeah. So I have no idea how we got through the night. But it's again, we started with a little Tom Petty, certain songs that I knew, and Kiss, Rock and Roll All Night, and songs that I knew, and then of course the AC/DC stuff, and then the stuff that I didn't know. They said, just wing it. So, I'm able to watch Terry or T-Bone and Brian and see what they're doing, and so I'm able to kind of, the songs we do are classic rock. They've been played on the radio for 40 years. So I'm able to kind of deal with what they're doing, see what key they're in, and when it comes time for a solo, I just noodle, which is what I do regardless of how much I practice. It's just, because that's the way I do it. It's something about Led Zeppelin. So these
are video bombs from the back.
And from the front, which I didn't want to interrupt you because you were way too intense. I'm like, I'm not having him pissed off at me for interrupting his story.
But you're interrupting anyway?
But you can finish now, okay?
Thanks.
Get the hell out of my face.
What did I do?
Nothing.
Okay. So the worst thing of it, though.
Don't leave. You got my keys.
The worst thing, though, is hanging above the amplifier on the, when you play Folsom Hotel, the lead amp is on the right side, right by the main entrance. So there's no disguising. I got no pedals to disguise any of my deficiencies as a guitar player. I got nothing. I'm just playing dry. And I've got Dave Garrity, who's our bass player now. Great bassist. I mean,
awesome.
Again, the musicianship in Mach 5 is outstanding. And so he hadn't joined Mach 5 yet, but he's standing on the side and he's clowning me all night long.
She's great.
Yeah, and so I'm playing, and I'm pretty self-conscious about how I play. As a guitar player, I feel I'm pretty marginal. I get by with a lot of effort.
You gotta be kidding.
But there's so many great guitar players out there, and I look at them and I'm envious because there's great guitar players, and I struggle to just be a hack.
Oh my God, I feel like you're so awesome.
Well, that's nice of you to say, but yeah, I'm well aware of my deficiencies, and it's rough because Dave Garrity is just sitting right there clowning me, and I'm like going, get away, go over there. I'm already, we're doing 60 songs tonight, and I know 20 of them.
I'm waiting for you.
Yeah, so we finished the thing, and of course I got alcohol, so as you get a little more lubed up, everything sounds great. Yeah, and it's there drinking more, and it was a big crowd, and it was just a big party, and we finished the night, and I was like, well, that's it, we're done. That was easy.
And then they said you're hired.
Yeah, fortunately there's no recordings of the night, because we don't want any soundboard recordings from that night. But yeah, that's my story. I got a call at 8 o'clock to show up at 9:30 to play a show with no rehearsal, and we got through it. And I'm still waiting to get paid for that.
You think you will?
I think they gave it to Rick.
I don't think
they gave it to Rick.
Yeah, a long time to wait.
Yeah. So and then it was a few months later, I guess Rick decided he was busy with the schedule with Oleander, so they called me up and said, hey, do you want to replace Rick? I thought I was joining Oleander. And I'm like going, wow, that'd be awesome. I'm in. I showed up for Mach 5 rehearsal. I was like going, these guys, oh man, I didn't have the heart to tell them I'm out.
That's a funny story. I love that. That's great. And you're still here. So.
I'm still here. Yeah, they haven't found anybody else to replace me.
Talk about just jumping in with both feet.
Yeah, if in hindsight, I should have said I'm busy.
Yeah, but then you might not be with them now. So.
Yeah, exactly. You're making my point for me.
I would be sad.
I love this. After playing in, I think I played in Riff Raff for like 4 or 5 years before I was asked to join the Mach 5. And I love Riff Raff. I love music, love the guys. But after a while, I needed to play and learn some other songs played. So it was nice. The Mach 5's a nice. A different avenue for me to play, to hack some other songs that aren't, to butcher non-AC/DC songs. That's what I love Mach 5 for.
So funny. That's not what they say about you, so.
Yeah, well, they're lying. They're lying. They're just nice.
That's awesome. Very cool. Awesome story. That's totally amazing. Love it. I had no idea you were going to pop that one on me. That's great.
Well, for the sake of full disclosure, Lynn did tell me what the question was, and we rehearsed this for about 6-8 hours.
I think it took about that long, didn't it?
Yeah,
we finally got it right.
So this is what you got after 8 hours of rehearsal.
The floor is just full.
Yeah, we're not very talented.
And I'm scripted.
I'm not.
So, well, thank you again so much. That's awesome. I appreciate you taking the time after your gig. So tired and it's so late at night.
Thank you, Lynn, and thanks to Lynns Hangouts for the support you give to local music.
It's my pleasure.
You're
totally
the best.
love it. Awesome. All right, I'd say let's go rock, but we're kind of done with that.
I'm gonna go home.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go and get something to drink.
Thanks, Lynn.